King's Dominion's new locker policy has really gotten people's attention lately, so I decided to make a video about that. Today I'll be discussing about why they were added, as well as how to use them, and some of the problems that are being faced with the new lockers. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alrighty, well, with that being said, some of the problems that people are talking about, in fact, when I was leaving King's Dominion on opening day, I even heard a girl talking on the phone about how she was not about to pay $2 for each locker. And yes, I did just say each locker. So if you're wondering where these lockers are located, first things first, they are going to be at Twisted Timbers, the new roller coaster for 2018. Be sure to check out that on-ride video if you haven't already. And it is also located at Intimidator 305 in the photo finish shop, as well as Flight of Fear. And the Flight of Fear one, we will get to that a little bit later, but we'll go ahead and focus specifically on the Twisted Timbers and Intimidator 305 ones, because that is the most popular as of right now. So like I was saying, the reasoning for these lockers being added, why they will continue to probably add these in the future, are because it helps lower the time for operations as well as cycles for the coasters. And instead of you going over and putting your stuff into a bin, it takes the time out while you just get on the ride and then get off the ride and exit. So it really does cut down times. I have noticed a difference from riding Twisted Timbers and Intimidator. It's very quick. They've been going really fast, and I will say I haven't really had a slow operation on Twisted Timbers yet, so that is a plus. But another reason why they have gotten rid of these lockers, it's because of the simple fact that people's water bottles and souvenir cups, because they had holes in them or the tops weren't properly on correctly, they would sometimes spill inside the bin, and it would get people's belongings actually wet, could sometimes even damage that. And with that being said, that's actually on King's Dominion's fault, because that's where you were told to put them into the bin. So then they have to then pay for that person's article or whatever they lost or got damaged. Another thing is it really creates a lot of problems, and the timing, as well as it probably cuts down another task for the workers while they're doing their job for that ride. So that's probably another task that they had to do, was clean out the bins every so often. And like I said, it just took up a lot of time, which that was really the main reason why they were added. Now let's go ahead and talk about how to use these. So first things first, you're going to go ahead and press the button to begin, as I did right here. After that, you can go ahead and get ready to take out your credit card or cash, and you are then going to add $2 into the machine, or you can swipe your card. $2 will give you 2 hours, so basically $1 for each hour, and you can't do anything less than this. So be mindful of that. You can't do anything less than $2 for starting off. If you'd like to extend it, you can then press extend rental, and you can switch that from the 2 hours to 1 hour, and it'll just be $1. But it is going to be $2 for every 2 hours. So be mindful that if you don't have fast lane, you're going to be waiting in the line, especially for Twisted Timbers, probably at least an hour to an hour and a half. And I want to go ahead and clarify that also, if you did pay for cash, just be mindful that your locker rental will probably end, and you will not be able to get your stuff out. I actually ran into this problem on Pass Holder Preview Night, so I do have a story for you guys on this one. And I left my wallet inside because I didn't want to lose anything, of course, while I was on Twisted Timbers. Basically what happened was the time ran out. I didn't have my fast lane with me for that day. I went to put the code in and it was locked. I had to try to extend the rental. So what happened was someone ended up using or paying for my locker, and you had to use the same code that I had put in, and I was able to get my stuff out. But basically, if someone had never paid for my locker, I would have been screwed. So you would have been out of money. And again, this is for each locker. So it's going to be a total of $6 for each hour, or $12 if you continue to extend that rental. So be mindful that this robs you of your money. It's going to do that. So if you don't want this to happen, just don't bring anything in the park. Bring your phone and probably your wallet, and maybe an extra little accessory that you know that you can probably fit in your pocket. They will not allow any hats to be worn on the ride as well. So like I said, it's just to help cut down times, and also people taking stuff on the ride for that exact reason. But like I said, I understand why they did it, but at the same time, they could have did it a more effective way, kind of like how Busch Gardens Williamsburg or the one in Orlando does, where they essentially just charge you $5 for the whole entire day, and you can then switch your locker from each station, and that one will then open up to someone else, and that's it. There is no extra fee, and you don't pay any extra. All you have to do is end your rental before you leave the park, and that's it. They don't charge you any extra fees or anything like that. Now, if you have a credit card, they are going to charge you an extra $1 or $2, depending on however long you were standing in that line. So you might just have to even get back out of that 2-hour line, and just go back and get your stuff before it expires. So like I said, be mindful of that. Now, really quick, the reasoning for the one for Flight of Fear, why this got the lockers, was mainly because of theft. People were stealing other people's items. I specifically remember working this ride, and time again we would have security just standing there because so many people would get their stuff taken, and like I said, people's bottles would spill and whatnot. We had to clean it up with just paper towels because we didn't have a mop or anything like that. Like I said, this ride really needed the most. It was in the worst spot possible to put your stuff down. It really is more effective for this ride probably than any other ride in the park. A big reason why we have the lockers for these rides, like I said, was because of time, and also this other thing, which is theft. So it helps keep your stuff safe, and it helps the park not to have to pay for other people's stuff that was stolen. So that was the big reason behind Flight of Fear and why they had that. I just wanted to share that with you all. One other thing that I do need to go over for you guys is, you're probably wondering, does it have room? There's actually plenty of room. These are bigger than the ones at Busch Gardens. I can fit my whole entire book bag in there, as well as an extra hat that's sitting outside the book bag, and my water bottle. So it's definitely a decent size. They're not too small or anything like that. Now, if you're carrying like photographer equipment, I recommend that you just get your pictures first, then go back to your car and put your stuff in the trunk or whatever, and come back and just get on the rides that way, so you won't even have to pay for the locker. But that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I just wanted to inform you about why this happened, how it works and everything. I hope you all did enjoy the video. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. I have more content coming to the channel very soon for Twisted Timbers, Kings Dominion, and a whole bunch of other parks. So be sure to subscribe for more content. And until next time, you guys, peace out.